let's get started while other two joins so we can get started. Okay, I'm sharing my screen. Okay, fine. So these are the jobs which we are working on yesterday, right? So my screen is visible and voice is clear, right? Someone can yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine, cool. Thank you. Let's get started. Okay, so now these are the jobs which we built for a customer table, right? Glue customer ingest landing to branch. Before jumping onto any of other tables, right, we are going to build same three jobs for the other tables as well. But before doing anything, let's try to optimize these jobs. What is optimizations? What we need to do next? Okay, so that's a, as a data engineer, that's a process you need to. Okay, so currently we build the template. What are the jobs we are going to run? What's the flow? We build that flow, but now inside each job you need to find do some optimizations. Okay, what is our optimizations? Let's try to open the first job. Okay, ingesting branch, I think landing to branch is the first job. Fine, let me open this. Okay, let me open this now. Once we open this, going to do it. Okay, fine. And why we need to do it? Okay, I need you to know why and how. Okay, both the questions to be answered. Yeah, first thing, you are reading data from a location, dim customer snappy dot dim customer. This is the location. From this location you're reading the data. Okay, let me open that location. Okay, I'm just going here, and this is the location, right? S3 project demo sales dim customer. Okay, so this is a sales demo or bucket name. Inside that it says sales. Let me open sales, and inside the dim customer. Okay, let's see how the dim customer. See, these are the files till now we got. Okay, till now we got these two files. Fine, fine. So out of these two, you created a table. You created an iceberg table. And how does that iceberg table look like? Let's come here and see the Athena. Okay, so what's our table name? Database name, it's landing, right? I think branch. Okay, so this is the customer table name which we created out of these Parquet files. Fine, and this will contain only the latest data. Okay, latest data in the sense there will if there is a two entries for each for a single record, you will see only the latest entry for that record. Okay, let me run this. Fine, so these are, I mean, sorry, for this bronze, right? Bronze, you will see all the records, right? Fine. Now inside this Parquet, okay, inside this, what if you have one more Parquet file? What if you have one more Parquet file? Currently what we are doing is see, we are just reading all the Parquet files from this location, and we are creating new iceberg table with the help of those Parquet files. Let's say you have two Parquet files for now. So those two Parquet files, you're reading the data out of it and creating an iceberg table out of it. Okay, is it a right approach? Definitely no. Why? Because let's say every day you're receiving a Parquet file. Every day you're receiving a Parquet file. Okay, so that Parquet file, every day you receive one Parquet file, but that means within an year you'll have 360 Parquet files. You have 360 Parquet files file in a year. Okay, now this let's say today is on January 1st, not January 1st 2026. I'm talking about January 1st 2027. On January 1st 2027, if I look back into this S3 bucket, S3 location, I will see 365 files. Okay, ignore the November and December month. Let's think we started our job on January 1st. Okay, fine. We started our production from January 1st. Fine. So from January 1st to 2026 to December 31st 2027, sorry, December 31st 2026, you have received 360 files. Fine, 360 files, 365 files. Now on January 1st 2027, let's say you're following the same approach. That means again your job needs to go and read this 365 file, and January 1st file as well will come, right? That means 366 files, and read from this out of these 36 files and create an iceberg table out of this. Okay, fine. Maybe 360, only 360 files, fine, still fine. Let's think about 10 years. Okay, 10 years, always try to think in that way. So 10 years, after 10 years you will have 3066, okay, 3000 366 triple zero files. Okay, 366 triple zero files, and you need to read all those 3000 sorry 366 triple zero files. I think 3,66,000 files, and create a table out of it. Is it okay? Is it acceptable? No. Instead of doing that, okay, we just add the two files, two parquet files, right? We just add the two parquet files. Fine. Now, if new parquet files come, let's read only that parquet file. Let's not read the old parquet files. Okay, because what we are doing in Athena, we are currently taking the data, and now currently we are just doing create table. Fine, but let's not create the table again, because table is already there with the 67 records with the previous files. Let's append data to this file, append data to this iceberg table. Which is better approach? Is it 360 3000 366 files, or this reading the new files is a better approach? Definitely reading a new files is a better approach, because in the production, right, when you go into the production environments, right, you will never going to do read the same file again and again, or create the table again and again. Okay, that's not the right approach you are going to follow. Okay, so we always read only the latest data. Okay, only the latest file, newly arrived file. We already keep the previous files, we won't do any changes to that. We just read the new file and append the data to the iceberg table. Okay, append the data to the iceberg table. Fine. Okay, so what we are planning to do is, okay, the moment you read these parquet files, okay, move this into some other folder. uh let's say move let's say inside sales, let's create one more folder, archived. Okay, archived, mean processed, let's say processed files. Okay, inside this, that means this file is processed, right? Inside that processed files, mm, I think inside this, I think not here. Let's create it outside. Yeah, maybe in sales only. Let's create this. Inside this process files, I will come up with a better folder structure. But for now, okay, let's create dim customer, because we will move dim customers processed files here. Okay, so dim customer. Okay, now go back to sales. Inside this dim customer, you have two files. Okay, let's take this both the files. Actions, move to where? Sales. If you go to click on sales, you see processed files. These are the dim customer. Let's move them here. Now in that way, we are making sure these files are not lost, and these files are not going to process again and again. Now you can say there is no file here for my glue job to read. Fine. There is no data. Your glue job not supposed to read the data, right? That's still fine. If there is a new file arrived, then my glue job, when my glue job run for the schedule, right, it will pick that new file and read the data and append the data to the target iceberg table. Okay, so that's the strategy we are going to follow. First thing. Okay, and next thing, currently we are just trying to create the table, create an iceberg table, because we thought that the target table does not exist, hence we created this iceberg table. But let's not do that. Before creating a table, let's check if the table exists or not. If the table exists, then let's try to append the data. If not, then let's try to create the table. Okay, that's a better approach. Instead of every time you're trying to create a table, let's say now again with this single, let's say now I process these two files. Okay, two files, and moved into that processed file location. Fine. Now i got I got one more file in this location, one more parquet file. I will read that parquet file. As per this logic, I will read that parquet file. Okay, whatever the file it has in this location, it will always read it. Fine, I will read that parquet file location. Then I'm again creating the iceberg table. Now if you create an iceberg table with the help of this single parquet file, what's happening with your previous two files? You got my point? Now, if you go and read the single Parquet file, new read Parquet file, there is no Parquet file here. Fine. But if you read, there is a new Parquet file, you will read that Parquet file. And now, as per our current logic, we are going to create a table using that Parquet file. If you do that, then you lost the data of the previous two files in your iceberg table. Okay, your iceberg table, you will see only these files data. And also similarly, this happens with the next Parquet file as well. You will always have the last processed Parquet files data in the iceberg table, which is not optimized way. You are supposed to see entire data, all the Parquet files data. That's why you wanted to build this iceberg kind of stuff. Iceberg, why you are building iceberg? Because iceberg will simply show you like what are the data that received till now, right? So that's why let's not go with this approach. Before doing anything, let's always check if the table exists or not. Okay, how do you going to check if the table exists or not? Simple, simple. Okay, before doing anything, let's create some function. I'm going to create some function for you, and that function will check if the table exists or not. Okay, def is a function, you know, right? Python. Okay, check target. There will be multiple ways to check your target file exists or not using flags or some other approach, but currently I'm teaching you this approach. Okay, target table existence. Okay, which target table you are going to check? You need to know, right, which target table. So for that, I need the table name, full table name. I'm saying full table name. Why I need full table name, I will let you know. Okay, now how do you check this table name? I mean, check the target table exists or not. Simple, simple. You know, right? Spark.sql of, okay, select star from, okay, from this full table name. Select a star from this full table name and limit to 0, because I do not want to read any data from this target table. I just wanted to see whether this target table exists or not. If you do not give any limit, see, let's go and see here. See, if I do not give any limit, it's fetching all the data, but I do not want to see do that. If I give limit 0, see, it ran successfully. But if I ran limit 0 on a table that does not exist, let's say customer table does underscore some other name, does this table exist? No, it failed. It says the table not found, right? You understand? If you remove this limit, what happens is your entire data is fetched, and then it will say your table is found. Simple. But it is not the ideal way, because now it may be 67 records, maybe in future it's 67,000 records, 67 lakh records. So it's now never an ideal approach. Okay, always go with the limit. Okay, if you are not going to process use the data that which you just read, so always go with the limit. Okay, let's go with the limit. Now what it will do, it will do the same query. I think somewhere, yeah, see, same kind of stuff. And it here, with the help of this limit 0, I'm just seeing that this table exists, but it didn't return any rows because I mentioned limit 0. Okay, now limit 0. Okay, that means this will work. But if I give this full table name like this, it won't work, because this is a parameter. This is not the full table name, this is a parameter. So that's why I need this f formatted strings. Okay, those who are practicing this Python, right, they will understand this thing. Okay, formatted string. Fine, it will return this. Now if I click on return, even I'm not sure what you will get from this. Okay, let's, how you develop. Okay, um where is this full table name? Yeah, let's take this. This is the full table name. Okay, what is the full table name? This is the full table name. Okay, full table name, and it's a string. It's a string. Okay, now here also we'll pass the full table name. Full table name. Okay, now simple. You just parameterize it, right? You, what you will do, you will just read the data from these Parquet files. Okay, then these lines you can ignore for now. Okay, now you will try to write this data into sample db, but before that you are trying to check whether that table exists or not. Okay, let's comment this as well for now, because we do not want to write any data. Okay, fine. Now print what it will return. Okay, yeah, that's it. Let's save it and run it. Now run it. Okay, check target table exists. So first it will come and try to read data from here, and as you know, there is no file present in this location. That means it won't read anything, which is fine, because there is no data. Then you're not supposed to read any data. Fine. Then it's going to run, come here. This function won't be called unless this is hit this, it hit this. Okay, so it will come here, and full table name is equal to this. It will initialize full table name, and then it will try to call this function by passing this parameter, full table name parameter. Okay, then it will return this something from here. What is that? I'm not sure. Let's see. Once that is done, we will play around with that. Let's give it 30 more seconds. Okay, it got failed. What was the issue? It got failed at path not found. See, it says path not found at this location. Fine, that means it's trying to read data from this path, and there is no path, there is no file found in this location, so that's why it was failing. Fine. um let's not complicate, let's put some file in here. Okay, so how I'm going to put is, I already created some script, right? This script I will run. We'll put some file, some data. Okay, let it run. I know this, you know, right? This script I created for just to create the random data, so that's why I've just ran this again. Mm, fine. Mm, mm. Let it run. I think this will also fail because. Mm. So here the issue is, it says that, okay, path not found is an issue. So now when you go to the production, right? When you go to the production, so this is not the ideal way to read your files. Okay, what we will do is, before doing anything, you always try to list all the files inside that location. If you find a new file, then will trigger this read spark.read.parquet. If you do not file anything, you will post a message saying that there is no files, no new files found to read. Okay, you'll post that message. Okay, so this is not ideal, but yeah, we just started, right? So we'll just keep on optimizing these solutions. Okay, fine. There is no right or wrong solution. How optimize your solution is, how better visibility, observability your solution provide. Okay, so there could be hundreds of solution, maybe my solution is not right, but how do I present, what are the things I'm covering? Okay, so there is security, right? Security, data control, and this encryption on the transit, on the rest, on the fly. So how how you are going to handle all these things comes into the picture. Maybe your solution is not the best, the other person has all the best solution, but if you maintain all these things, best optimized solution, then definitely your solution will get approved. Okay, but compared to the other solutions. So that's why we always keep optimizing. There is no final you cannot build a final solution immediately. You need to go through some phases, then only you will be able to build new. Okay, so you see, there is no file set. mm, is this dim customer? Oops, there is no dim customer. What happened? I think inside these process files we just created this, right? Dim customer. Inside this we moved these processed files. Fine. Let's not do it manually, but we will try to do it via script only. Okay. So maybe this job hasn't created any dim customer location, dim customer folder. Mm, what to do? So this is the issue I face. This is script which I generated. Okay, for generating the random files. Okay, that's fine. Okay. You do not need to worry about this script. This is for just our project purpose I created. No need in the interviews. You do not need to say tell about this script. This script you can say, instead of doing a script, we have script and that will generate some random data. You can say that the data will coming from the source systems, APIs, source systems. It could be multiple source systems. So you can say in that way. Okay, we will receive a Parquet file and then we'll start processing that file. That's it. So that's what you will say. You will never say that there is a script that will generate all these things. But I created this so that we can do whatever we want to do in our project. Okay, so that's why now it ran successfully, but it did nothing. Fine. I'll work with. I will add more features to the script. Fine. But before that, let's try to see. This is there is no path found. It says dim customer and snappy.parquet, because you see there is no inside this sales there is no dim customer. Let's create the dim customer for now manually. Okay, dim customer. Okay, let's create this. Fine. I created this. Now let me up move some file here. Okay, from the processed files, I'll pick the first file. Okay, first file. Where is the first file? I think. Ooh, how can I identify the first file from out of these two files? Part 00446. This is uh, if I last modified this. Anyway, let me. How can I identify these processed files? The latest one. Choo, choo, choo. Okay, so I wanted to move one of the file back there. Okay, let me just move this file. Sales, dim customer, choose destination. It will move automatically. Can enable bucket versioning as well, maybe better. Let's enable bucket versioning. Okay, fine. Let's go back here. You see, this is the file which we have here. Okay, now if I run the script, it won't fail with this error now. Okay, now if I run the script, it won't fail with that error. It will go and read the data from this and it will try to return this. Okay, now let's run it. Is it run? No, not yet. It's running now. Let it complete. Let's open the output logs because we wanted to see what's the output that is returning from that check target table exist function. Okay, so screen is recording, right? Yeah, where are we? Yeah, let's go to CloudWatch. Whatever you want to debug, you always come to this CloudWatch. Okay, so it's set to, and it's supposed to show CloudWatch. Why it's not yet started? Yeah, you see, open this CloudWatch logs. Let's resume this. Okay, see, data frame operation, change operation, string, this is the schema that it print. That means uh, what it is returning is this, what is this script. Okay, so it is returning the table structure. Where is this? Yeah, so it is returning the table structure. Okay, table structure of it. That means with the help of that you understand that. Okay, so let's give some full table underscore, mm, some table name. Okay, customer table underscore table, what it will return. Okay, this table do not exist. Okay, I just give some random. This table do not exist, abc. Okay, it do not exist. Let's give it and see what it will print. Okay, let me save it again. Let me run it. Okay, I'll try to list down the steps here which we are going to do. Okay, so step one. Okay, read, I mean for the landing to branch job. Okay, step one, read from the parquet file. Okay, step two, check if table exists. Okay, so based on the answers we will do if exist append data, if not create new iceberg table. Okay, fine. Okay, then step 3, once successfully processed, fully processed, let's move that file into processed bucket. Fine. Then step 4, successfully exit. Okay, fine. These are the steps we are going to follow. But read the file. This is the step 1 I mentioned, but not, this is not the step 1, because you need to first, okay, list the objects, okay, inside that bucket. Okay, if any parquet file found, let's read from that file. Okay, if not, post display, let's say, maybe if not display no file found to read. Okay, fine, read, right? So these are the steps we wanted to follow. Now I ran some job, it's supposed to fail. Let's see. Yeah, it failed that there is no such table. Okay, but what it has written, let's see. Does it return anything? No, it won't return anything. It will fail. It will simply fail. See, it simply failed. But I wanted to add you one more feature. What if it fails? I wanted to get notified. What is that failure? Okay. So simple. This extra feature you wanted to follow. Okay. Just try to put this into try catch blocks. Try this. Okay. Now accept exception as E. Okay. um, Print error found while reading a file is equal to, what is error? This E will catch that error and show it to you. Okay, so accept exception as E, and this will do. Okay, now it won't return anything. See, if it's ran successfully, it will return this thing. If it do not run successful, then it will return this, print this exception, and then we will make it fail. Okay, so yeah, this is what it happens. Now let's run it. Okay, well, let's go and see. Because try accept you are going to follow. Okay, so try accept you're definitely going to involve in your coding and all, so that's a good practice. So these things will come into the picture. Okay, if I just simply develop a script and teach you like, okay, this is a script, just you need to do that, this everything, it won't teach you anything. You need to develop every line one by one, then only you will find this. Okay, so maybe I will do it before the call. Maybe I'll create the script, but I won't directly copy paste that script. Okay, I'm never going to do that. I'll always show you what will happen, what is this line, why we written this line, why this everything. Okay, maybe it will take some more extra sessions, no problem, I'm still okay with that. I want you to learn very well. Okay, so every inch, if someone comes and asks you to tell us what happened in this line, then you're supposed to be good enough to tell that. Okay, so let's see. Here is this log stream. Actually, I was having the meeting at 6:30 p.m. So that's why every day I wanted to keep this class till 6:30. But if we can start this, see, uh, yeah, I will come to that point later. Okay, you see, before the both the jobs got failed. Okay, if I go to table view, both the jobs got failed. Okay, both the jobs has same error. See, table or view do not found. Okay, let's go to the other, same error. The error hasn't changed, but the way you see CloudWatch has changed. Right, this is the previous error. There is no nothing here, nothing, fine. But if you go and see here, you found what was error here. Error found while reading a file. And what was error? This is the error. The table or view catalog.branch Amazon DB, this cannot be found. Verify the spelling and correctness of the thing. And this is exact error. Okay. Table of view correctness of the schema and catalog. If you did not qualify the name with the schema, verify current schema output and all these things. Blah blah blah. But it was unable to resolve the name which we gave because this table itself do not present. It got failed. Okay. Now you are able to now tell me which is easier for you to debug. This one or this one. Definitely this one, right? You are able to see the error. So that's why logging, this is what we call as logging. Okay, for your information, logging means whatever you do, just write it in a paper. That's what logging means. Okay, so in this glue job, we are just doing the logging. So what we are doing, we are just asking it to print whatever you're doing. Okay, it's doing that. For this small function, I'm just asking him to print what are the errors we found. Okay, so it's printing that. Okay, fine, let me remove this. Now this is the correct approach, right? Now the moment this app, this print, right, this will print some earlier what happened, it print this data frame, all this kind of stuff. Okay, now what I will do is I'll just check for its existence. How I will check is, if, okay, it will return something, it will definitely return something. If check target table exist, then I am going to append the data. Okay, dot append. Okay, dot append else means do not exist. Okay, then I'm going to create or replace the data. Create or replace the data, that means what happening, I'm just telling you what's happening here. First, you're just this is a function. Okay, just you will read the data from here. Maybe let me put it here. Okay, so maybe let me keep it as it is, it's better to understand. First, you're trying to read the data. Okay, let me try to print the data as well. Okay, now I do not want to write this into any S3 location, that's why I commented it out. Okay, fine. Now let's create. This is a function. This won't be called this is function got created, but it won't nothing will happen unless you call it from an this function name. Okay, so unless you call it, nothing will happen inside this function. Nothing will get executed inside this function. Okay, if check target table existence, target table's existence, okay, and full table name, you will passing the full table name. Full table name is this. Okay, you're passing this full table name, and then it will read this full table name and return this sparklet SQL if it's valid. Otherwise it will fail the job by saying that this is the error. Okay, now if it returns successfully, what it will return? It will return this. That means, you know, right, if it returns something, that means it's the table exists. If it do not return anything, maybe if do not return anything, then table does not exist. Okay, table does not exist. So now returning, I'm fine. You see, this is what it returns. If the table exists, this is what it returns. Let me take this. If exist, it will return like this. It will return this. Fine. If do not exist, currently what's happening here? If it do not exist, it was failing. Okay, it was failing, but I do not want to fail it. I do not want to fail it. I just wanted to say return. Okay, return false, or return none. Maybe that will take care. Okay, return false. That means this target table do not exist. This target table do not exist. If the table exists, the table exists. Um, Control Z. If a table exists, it will return this. If table do not exist, it will return this. Okay, so if check target table exists, you'll go here. If nothing happens, if something is there, it will return this. Otherwise it will return none. Okay, none is false. You know, I tried to false here, but you know Python, in Python, none is false. Okay, none is false, so I will return false, or I can return false, none as well. Okay, anything I can give. Okay, for now let me give false for you, maybe for your better understanding. Okay, if it's run successfully, it will return this. If it does not run successfully, it will return this false. So that false will come here. It will check for only existence. That means it will always check for the truth truthness. If it is existence, then you will find, you will go and run this append. Okay, if it does not exist, you will do this. Okay, now let's save this. Okay, let's error found while reading a file. Okay, that's what it says. Okay, let's run this job. uh, Earlier I was saying that, right? Actually, I was having a call at 6:30 every day, so it was pre-scheduled, so I couldn't skip that call. It's for review every day, so kind of stand up for me. So that's why I was thinking whether can we push this call bit earlier, maybe 5:15 or so, at least 15 minutes earlier. I know whether it will be difficult for you, but I need your opinion. If 15 minutes uh, really, if we can push, then yeah, maybe it will be bit easy. I mean, it's up to you. Just let me know, because every day I'm in a rush. So maybe within an hour I need to complete this class and join that call again. So that's why. Now let's wait for this job to complete, and we'll see it's running. Okay, let it run. DAG scheduler. You see DAG. We spoke about DAG, right? DAG, direct acyclic of. Right? You will see many things if you go and once open this driver and executor log streams. Okay, just see. I know it's overwhelming. There will be many lines, many things which you do not need to know. Fine, but just go and open this and just read what's inside that. See, whatever happening in your cluster, you can see everything here. It's overwhelming, really overwhelming. Even I do not like to go and see here. But in my starting, right? So this is where my driver from this so and so is disconnected during shutdown. That means if this while executing, this will get disconnected like that. So there will be many things happening. Okay, fine. See, it got succeeded now. Now let's see what's happening here. And just opening output logs. Inside output logs, let's open this job. Okay, so you see this. This is the data frame which I printed. Fine, and you see This is the data frame. Okay, this is a data frame getting appended. Maybe I haven't written any blocks here, so that's why I am unable to find it. Okay, what I will do is print. Okay, target table exist, hence proceeding with data appending. Okay, fine. Now let me copy this again and say, once the data append runs successfully, let's say data appended successfully. Okay, these are things. Okay, now let's come here, let's add similar things. Data uh, table created successfully. Okay, now here we can say print. Maybe let's copy this and print it here. Okay, target table do not exist, hence proceeding with table creation. Okay, table creation. Let's save it and run it. Okay, and let me run it again. Let's run it. Currently table exists, so you're supposed to see the table exists. Now let's open the output logs again. Did wait for the input logs. Okay, if you resume it, it will automatically you will automatically able to see the logs here. Okay, I'm not doing anything. See, it says target table exists, hence proceeding with the data appending. Hence target table exists, proceeding with the data appending, and data appended successfully. That's it. It's over. Right now, if you go and query Athena table for this customer table, you will see lot of rows, lots of duplicate rows. Okay, you see 167 records, which is not as expected, right? 167 records, and all updated. I think today date is 20th, right? No, I think we are not getting the updated time. Okay, but you see, uh, these many records here, right? 167 records, which is not valid. Okay, so that's why what I will do is I'll take this data, take this, okay, and delete the table. Currently, I will show some manual, okay, manual way, but tomorrow I will come up with the code. So that code I will explain you line by line what's happening inside that. Okay, now I just drop the table. That means there is no table existed. Okay, fine. In this there is only this file, right? There is no table exist, and this is the only file we have. What's supposed to happen? See, let's go and see what the steps we are going to do. Landing to branch job. Okay, this is the glue job. Okay, list the objects inside the bucket. Okay, it will list the bucket. Okay, so that what it will needs to do is, first thing, df list objects inside s3 bucket. Okay, fine, but to listing that we need to pass the bucket name, comma, bucket name. That's it. It will list the buckets inside that. Fine, but you are looking for specifically parquet files, so I will say, instead of objects, I will say parquet files. Okay, inside in maybe let's put it this way, parquet files in S3 bucket. Fine, that's one function. And what else? Now list the objects inside the bucket, and if any parquet file found, then let's read the file and all that we will take care. Maybe let's reading for the files as well. Let's reading as well. Let's read create some function read parquet files. Okay, and create a data frame. Okay, read parquet files. Okay, this is one function. Maybe we need to pass the files list. Files in the sense parquet files. Okay, fine. Now let's see what is the next one. Check if the table exists or not. We already know what the table exists or not, right? Check table existence. Okay, but for that you need to pass the full table name. Okay, and okay, now next, once file is successfully processed, let's move the file into processed bucket. Okay, that means df move processed files to processed bucket. Maybe these are not the right names, but yeah, list of files again. Okay, these are the functions we are going to create. Okay, for now you just saw this function. Okay, now let's see this read parquet files function. Simple. For reading parquet files, we'll create a function. Where is this script? Let's go here. Not this one. Let's go to script. I have only 9 minutes. Okay, where I'm reading this parquet files here, right? This spark.read, right? So what I will do is, instead of this, I'll just create this function. Okay, and inside that I'll always same thing. I won't change anything. Take this. Okay, okay, this is thing I'm going to return. For this I need Spark as well, right? Without Spark, Spark is local. I mean, it's not global, it's local, so that's why I need to pass Spark as well. But currently I do not have any parquet files list. Okay, parquet files, so that's why I'm just removing this, but maybe in the tomorrow's class we'll add that as well. Okay, now let's take this and assign to this. Okay, what will happen here is, it will come and see this dim customer data frame, and it's assigned to this read parquet files of Spark. Okay, so it will go inside this read parquet of Spark. It will go inside this function, and it will read this spark.read, and it will return this as a it will return this. So this spark.read.parquet will always create a data frame, and it will return this data frame. Now that data frame I'm initializing to this data frame. Okay, fine. Now let me just print this data frame. Okay, just 10 records. Fine. Now I'm just coming and seeing here, just constructing the full table here, maybe full table name. Okay, then I'm just calling is the target table exist or not. Okay, but you can ask me where are the other two functions. These other two functions, right? List parquet files and move processed files. That also I can add for now, but I won't do any logic there. Okay, I'll just add it here and just pass it. Okay, tomorrow I will modularize everything. Okay, but for today this is how. Okay. Let me just add those functions. Let not do anything. Pass means it won't do anything, it will just simply pass. Okay, if you do not give the pass, it will fail. Okay, so currently it will check for the target table existence. Okay, if the target table exist, then it will return this thing. If do not exist, then it will return this a false. Fine, that means you have this function run when the parquet file exists. Target table exists. If do not exist, then it will run this. That means it will automatically create a table file. Okay, let me save this. Okay, currently I'm trying to put how we develop, right? Currently when we started this class, right, maybe there are only 20 lines of code, but see, you currently have 70 lines of code. That's how you will develop. Okay, that's how you will develop. And I know this is very basics. Okay, we are not even deep diving, we're not making things complex. Okay, these are very very basic thing. Okay, so run details. Let's see, let's wait for this to complete. You see, there is no table here currently. Okay, there is no table, we just dropped that table. We close all the tabs. Okay, yeah, let it run. I hope it won't fail, but if it fails, we will fix it. Never worry, that okay, maybe my job will fail if I run it. No, let's not worry about that. See, if it fails, then only you will learn. If it do not fails, that's it. Everything looks okay until it's breakout. Okay, so never think that your job is fine as it running fine. No, if it fails, you will have more things to fix and you will learn more things out of it. If it do not fails, then you have nothing to learn. Okay, then you will see more issues while you are in the production. Okay, production, your job will break many times. So always have courage to see that your job failing while at least while in developing phase. Okay, let it run. Running. Whenever you see this remove broadcast, this ad broadcast things, right? That means your job is working fine. That's one. You can just simply remember. See, it completed mostly. Let's wait for it to complete. Uh, Okay, completed. That means let's go and see its output logs. Okay, let's go and click on this output logs. See, this is the file. This is the data frame which got created. Fine, with the help of that file, and it says error found while reading a file. This is not the way. Actually, this is misleading. I'll just make that. Okay, target table do not exist. Hence, proceeding with the table creation. Target table created successfully. Okay, it created the table. Let's refresh and see. Yes, it created the table. Let's preview the table. See, these are the records you will see. Okay, the remove limit. I will see some 50 records. Fine, table created successfully. Super. Okay, now okay, now let me remove this file from here. I will move this file. I'm doing it manually, but tomorrow I will show you the code. Move from here to it is actually this is in process files only, maybe from dim customer. Let me move this file from here to what is this actions. Move. Okay, move to which location? Project, sales, processed files, dim customer. Let's move it here. Okay, let's move it here. Fine, I moved it. Okay, fine, now there is no files. If I run the job, it won't do anything. Fine. Now let's go open the sales again and see these processed files. There's supposed to be two files, right? See, this is the one file, this is the second file. Okay, this is the latest one. Let me take this file again. Okay, now let me take this and move. This is the new file that is coming into my bucket. Okay, new file, think in that way. New file, dim customer. Let me choose destination. That's it. I'm just moving this file again. Okay, that means this is a new file, right? This is a new file. This is a new file, and if I open it and show you what's inside this file, come on, there will be only 17 records. Open anyway. Archive viewer. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Oh, maybe I just moved the same file again. Okay, okay, not here. I'm supposed to go and see here. Inside sales, dim customer. If I open this file, there will be only 17 records. Anyway, archive viewer. Only 17 files. Fine, 17. That means to this 50 to this 50 records, is this 50 records, you need to add this 17 records. Fine, but I'm again telling you, we are not going to create a new table. We are just going to append the data. Okay, append the data. Okay, here let me just add this a small thing. Error reading, error found while reading a table. What is the table name? Full table. That's a thing it will print. Okay, if I don't give F, it won't find that. Okay, fine. Then let's target table do not exist. It will come here. The target table exist. It will say target table exist. Full table name. If okay, target table exists. Hence proceeding with the data appending. Okay, that's what it will do. Okay. Now it's supposed to read only that new file and read create add append it to this target table. Okay. And always try to follow this approach. Okay, you cannot develop the entire script in one go. It always incremental approach. Okay, I just ran it. It will run successfully mostly. Mm, mm, come on, come on, come on, come on. Okay, so it will run successfully. I know it will definitely. But before that, do you have any questions, any doubts? Before we wind up, once it runs successfully, we will wind up the call. Okay. So before that, do you have any questions, any concerns? Is this okay? Is this demo parts and all okay? Or if you have any issues, if you want to see the code and all final version, fine. I'm okay to do that. But is this the best approach? I feel. So that's why I was doing in that way, this way. But it's up to you. If you insist, I will do that as well. Okay. Mm, it says unable to create something, some issue happening inside this. Okay, inside this. Okay, it's not up to us. But it will take care of automatically. Let's see what's happening inside this. Not yet. There is no log file yet. It will create in some time. Mm. See, adding whenever you see these things, always think your job is running fine. It's almost there, almost there. Then you will create this. Yeah, you see this got created. Okay, these are the things you will always resume it, and it will show you what's happening. Okay, you see, these are the data frame it created. 17 records. Okay, these are the updated records and all CDC data. Okay, so target table exists. This target table exists, hence proceeding with the data appending, and target data appended successfully. That's it. Now if you go and query this, you are seeing here 50 only, right? Now if you are running it, I supposed to see 67. 67. Okay, that means 17 records got appended. Fine, job ran successfully. Okay, so that's what you will do, and tomorrow we will add more features like these two features as well, moving these files into this location. Okay, so then you will understand the entire flow. Fine, and also tomorrow we will try to make the message parameterized. This is not always never a good approach to go with this hard coded value. This is what we call it hard coded. Parameterized means this value is supposed to come from the parameter, not directly. We just hard coded here. If you wanted to change this customer table, okay, let's say customer table. So wherever this customer table found, you need to go and change it. Maybe in this script, maybe only one time, but in future you might have it in 10 places. You cannot go and change it everywhere. So always use the parameterized values. Okay, so instead of building this full table from here, let's pass it from the job parameters. Then from there we will try to do all the stuff. Okay, so tomorrow we will try to do that. Okay, maybe from here we will put it like our table name. Okay, table name, um, customer underscore table something. We'll try to do those kind of stuff. Okay, table name hyphen hyphen. Okay, so we'll try to do those kind of stuff. Then we will mention the table name here. Okay, instead of this customer table directly, we'll just mention this table name. See, simple. You'll try to do it that way. Okay, so that way whenever you wanted to change any table name or something, you'll directly do it from the parameters. Okay, so like that we will do. Okay, tomorrow we'll take care of everything. Okay, thank you for joining. If you have no doubts, then I'm good. If you have any doubts, just let me know in the group, or you can call me. Okay, thank you. Bye.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.